as Riyadh season kicks into higher gear for this autumn, November 16th to be exact, we're going to see another battle between two fighters who will clash like rams, and it'll be for the WBO Cruiserweight title. We're talking about champion Chris Billum Smith as he takes on Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez. A high-stakes bout between two cruiserweights that are going to give us a Rocky-like battle. This is going to be a good matchup, but not necessarily a knockdown drag-out, but it could revert to that because Gilberto has a new trainer. But let's talk about what could happen when these two men finally face off and what is ahead with this Riyadh season event, what they are headlining. When you talk about boxing, you have to talk about the best who are looking to get the job done. And so on November 16th, Riyadh season is bringing to us once again the type of battle that boxing aficionados enjoy most. That's right, we're talking about the battle that'll take place between Zurdo Ramirez when he takes on WBO champion Chris Billum Smith, or CBS as he's known. Zurdo is headlining this card, being featured as Latino Night, where there's a host of other fights on the same card with these guys headlining, and we can expect the leather to fly. And when we look at these men coming out to do what they do, they are known to give exactly what we expect from boxing. Now, the experience that they both have lets us know that they've been in battles that they have given and received on both ends, you know, and they've been entertaining enough to pull battles out. When you talk about championship caliber fights, Riyadh season events are best at giving us what we desire. And when you talk about Zurdo, Zurdo is coming in, and his experience has been that he has always been the hunter. But now with his new trainer, I believe it's Malik Scott still, because that was in his last fight and first fight at Cruiserweight. He is now trying to remember the nuances of boxing, to place his punches and the pressure that he applies to opponents, and not just stand there looking for receipts, but to get in and out and still be a damaging force. He's bringing his record of 46-1 with 30 KOs. So he's been around. He has been a fighter that gives as good as he gets, and he's been a guy who has challenged his opponents. And that is something that you can give an edge to him when you think about him fighting Billum. But the two men are quite similar because Chris Billum Smith, or CBS, has been a guy who's been in there and he has roughed it out himself. He's been in the trenches, and he's not going to be afraid of what Zurdo brings to him. The advantage that he has with his record of 20-1 and 13 KOs is that he has been a cruiserweight the entire time. He's 34 years of age, 6'3", and the experiences of battles against the likes of Lawrence Okolie, Isaac Chamberlain, Mateusz Masternak, and Richard Riyadh twice gives him an edge in my eye because of the quality of opposition. The only thing is, he's fought primarily out of the UK. Now, the Mexican Zurdo has been a fighter that has taken on quality opposition himself, with the likes of Sullivan Barrera, Yuniesky Gonzalez, Dimitri Bivol, Joe Smith Jr. Those are fighters that have pushed him to a limit. And the only loss out of those has been to Dimitri Bivol. Now, when you think about it, the loss that Chris Billum-Smith has to Richard Riyadh was, again, from a few years ago, and the 33-year-old Gilberto Ramirez is just for the second time fighting at cruiserweight. He's a southpaw also, whereas Billum-Smith is an orthodox fighter. The one thing about CBS is he will get in the trenches and he will dig and he will go at you. He will apply pressure. And since Gilberto, or Zurdo as he's known, has been the guy to do that most often in his career, trying to box and move and give angles now is going to be something that may not necessarily work for the duration of the battle. Will he have to adjust and do something different? It remains to be seen. The thing about it is, when a fighter is accustomed to fighting a certain kind of way for the bulk of his career, he can revert back to that if things are not necessarily going his way or the game plan that they've implemented is not working, or he doesn't have full confidence in the ability to execute. So that's something to bear in mind when you're looking at these two men as they get ready to face off. Now, as far as CBS has turned a huge corner in his personal career. After being thought of as a fighter who might be second tier, becoming a first-class champion in the division of cruiserweight, and turning back a demon that had haunted him in the past like Riyadh, he now has that confidence that comes with being a champion and knowing that he can get the job done. He knows that if he gets knocked down, he can get up and win. He knows that if he gets cut or he gets hurt, he can still push through and force himself into victory. This is one of the qualities about CBS that I really like. And I refer to him as Rocky-like because he has that Rocky Balboa type temperament to go after what he wants in a match. And that's what I really expect from him against Zurdo. I do believe he can apply enough pressure to Zurdo to make him feel most uncomfortable. And that's the whole key to it all, because Zurdo is still in a situation where he's transitioning. And has he turned the corner completely with the transition? We'll find out on fight night. But I give the edge to CBS. I expect an exciting fight between these two men. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are about these two men and the cruiserweight title that they're fighting for. Leave comments and let's discuss. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.